Hey y'all, how you doing today? It's Monday again. Woke up this morning, it was Monday, so I'm doing a new recipe for you that I've not made for you before. It's called grits. It's called tomato grits, and it's actually in my cookbook, Happiness is Homemade, y'all. Y'all are gonna love this. You can get Happiness is Homemade on Amazon. It'll come right to your house. So anyway, tomato grits. Y'all, it's delicious. If you don't know how to do grits, just watch me do this right quick. These are going to be creamy and cheesy, and you turn it into a casserole and put it right in your oven. So let me tell you what I've got. I've got my electric Dutch oven out here, and this is made by Towncraft. Y'all, I've had this 25 years. So you have to Google it. You won't find it on Amazon if you're interested in one of these electric Dutch ovens. You'll have to look it up, but it's by Towncraft. Okay, anyway, we're making some grits. So I've got my water and my milk in here, 2 cups of water and 1 1/4 cup of milk in here, and I've got it to boiling. So I turned it down just a little bit, but let me turn it back up and get it back to boiling. And we're about to make us some tasty grits, and they're not going to be lumpy either. Speaking of lumps, I'm going to step right over here and get my whisk. And y'all know I'm getting ready for the work week, and y'all know we work out of town, and I've got to get a lot of stuff ready. So I'll just bring you along with me as I'm cooking some of the things I'm going to cook. But first, I got to get these grits going. Do y'all like grits? I do. I love grits, actually. Now, if you've never had a good grit, y'all make this recipe and you will. This is going to be good. We're going to stir and slowly, now y'all, I did add a teaspoon of salt to this water and milk as well. We're going to stir continuously as we slowly put our grits in. Oh, yeah. Now, y'all know grits are it's made out of corn. And they're really tasty. We just do a little at a time, and we whisk and whisk and whisk. And we do not walk away from these grits. We stay here and we babysit them. All right, I hope y'all are doing okay today. We had a great weekend. What did y'all do? Y'all send me some hearts or some thumbs up if you're here with me, because I'm not seeing a lot. I'm seeing posts and no likes or loves, so y'all send me a little of that if you could, so I'll know somebody's with me. Grits, grits, grits. People always ask us about grits when we go to other part of the country. I think it's one of those mysteries. People are like, what is a grit? I'm like, it's really good. But when you try to explain it, you know, they're like, So anyway, grits, of course, are wonderful. So, okay, I've got this all stirred. Y'all, there's not a lump in it. Not a lump. So let me look over here and go over the directions with you. I've got to stir constantly for 1 minute. And then cover it for 3 minutes. So let me turn it up just a smidge. Y'all, and like I said, y'all know my electric skillets that I use all the time. Well, this is my electric Dutch oven. And y'all remember where these things come from. 25, 30 years ago, we all went to those parties at our friend's house, and you had to buy something. And so that's how I came away with some of the stuff, because you know, you had to buy something, because when they came to your house, they bought something. See, these are getting thick now. They're getting thick, and I know you can't see them, but I got to keep stirring because it's what we do. So you can't walk away from your grits or you'll have a problem. So we got to bring it back to boiling, stir it for 1 minute, reduce the heat, and cover it for 3 minutes. Y'all, we're going to have a lot of cheese in this. It's going to be so good. Give me about half a minute. Is anybody timing me out there? Okay. Me either. I'm pointing, I'm stirring. I hope y'all are having a really good Monday. I am. I got to go see my granddaughter in her school play yesterday. David and I did. And we took our other granddaughter, Leah, and my daughter, Lana. So we had a full day of it because they are one state over. Okay, this is boiling. We're turning this to low, turning it down to simmer. We're going to put the lid on it for 3 minutes. All right, y'all, they're going to be good grits. I promise. I wouldn't steer you wrong. Okay, let's do that. I'm just gonna have to look at the clock up there because I got to use that. Now let's get the rest of the stuff ready that's going in. We melted a stick of butter, and I'll just tell you some of the things that's going in right quick. Okay, we got the butter melted. We're gonna put in, okay, let me find my spot. We're going to put some Velveeta cheese in there. Now, do y'all ever use Velveeta? Y'all know Velveeta? You need 4 ounces. And y'all, Velveeta's so smart. They just put how many ounces each line is. So I know exactly how much to get. Because this whole block is 16 ounces. So let me get that open and put it in there. It won't be long. We'll add all that stuff into here. But I preheated my oven to 350 so that I could, you know, in a minute I'm going to pour all this in a casserole dish. And it's going to be mighty good. But this is Velveeta, that Mexican cheese. And I don't cook with Velveeta a lot, but I do like it. Do y'all like Velveeta? Tell me what you do with yours. I mean, it's not just for dip. You can put it in macaroni and cheese. You can do all kind of stuff with it. So I'm going to try to get this going in the microwave and get it melting a little bit. Actually, move that out of the way and then I can do it, okay? Let me open my microwave. And y'all, my microwave's right down here. And that works out handy because I'm not very tall. Okay, I put that on for a minute, and here we go. The next thing we're going to have to do is get some garlic. We're going to put a little bit of garlic powder in it. We're going to put about 1/4 to 1/2 of a teaspoon. Now, y'all, the recipe calls for 1/4. So I'm going to just do that. And that's 1 minute. And I'm going to just go ahead and stir that in here. Yep. David's going to love this. Y'all know we're going to be out of town at his job, and I'm his assistant. Oh, y'all, this is good and thick. Good and thick. And now we're going to add some cheese to this. Ooh, Nelly, where am I going to put this? It's crowded over here. I've also got to open a thing of Rotel. This is the tomatoes in there, but you know it's going to have the peppers in there too. I got the original, but if you want it mild, get mild. If you want it hot, get hot. Get what you like. Let me get the can opener. All right, we got it. This morning, I usually lay everything out and get it all neat so I can make sure I know what I'm doing and getting into and stuff. But this morning, we got some cow things going on. We got us a new bull. We got to handle another bull. So anyway, we're working on all that. So David's off and running at the farm. Ooh, baby, y'all, this looks so good. I feel like I could eat this just like this, but we're still going to doll it up a little bit more. Hold everything. All right, I've got this going, the butter and the cheese. This is Velveeta, and this is a stick of butter melted. Now, I use the salted, but you can use what you want to. If you know you're using salted butter, you got to just pay attention to how much butter you put in it. I mean, not butter, how much salt you put in it. All right, so let me get that to stirring. Now, y'all, I'm not through dolling this up yet. Even though I feel like we could go ahead and eat this right now, we're going to add a little bit more cheese to it. But before I do, I want to tell you that these are the quick cooking oats. The quick cooking oats. I'm using the ones from Quaker. I'll put a link for you, quick cooking oats. If you do the slow cooking, it's going to be a lot different, longer on your cook time. All right, let's get the cheese. The cheese we've got to add is cheddar. So I got some cheddar. Hang on. What is this one? This is sharp cheddar. Sharp cheddar is hard to say. But anyway, we're going to put 2 cups in there. Yeah, you heard me, 2 cups. Y'all, this would go good with barbecue. This is going to go good with the meals I'm having this week. And y'all know I'll be prepping them, so I'll be putting them in my prep containers that I've shown you, and I'll show you those in a minute. All right, I'm stirring this up. How easy was it with these grits? Now, y'all know we're the first line of defense against bland food. So what I'm going to do right now is grab a spoon and taste this and see how I've done on the seasoning. All right, here we go. This is kind of hot, so bear with me. But y'all, this is so pretty. Now, I want to tell y'all, if you did not want to bake it off, you could do this like this and just go ahead and serve it. It would be good with a steak. It would be good with a steak and a salad. It would be terrific with some shrimp It would be terrific with about anything. I'm going to cook hamburgers to go with it one night and then smoked sausage another night. That's what we're having this week while we're working. Oh, man. That is so cheesy. Y'all, I could eat that whole pot. But I won't. All right, let me tell you what we got to do next with it. Move stuff around here. We're going to cook it after we get it in our little pan in our 9x13 for 40 minutes. So, and then for the last 5 minutes of that 40 minutes, we will sprinkle more cheese on the top. Can you believe it? All right, so what we got to do right now is spray our dish and pour this in here. Now, how fast did I put that together? If you get those quick cook grits, and I do spray that good because I don't like a mess when I have to clean it up. And my pan is wobbly. All right, let me unplug this, and I'm going to pour it in and get that in the oven. Turn it off, unplug it, pour it in. Yeah, baby. It just turns away so easy from the sides of the pan. It gives me a workout too. Okay, here we go. Oh my goodness, y'all. This is going to be so delicious. And you know what? The older I get, the more I like the savory as much or better than I do the sweet. So, I mean, licking the pan would be fun. But I'm not going to do it in front of you. All right. Y'all, my great aunt gave me this recipe. She's a wonderful cook. It's my great Aunt Sue. So, great Aunt Sue, if you're watching, I am cooking your stuff. And I'm going to leave all of that right there because that's going to be part of my breakfast. All right, this is going in the oven for 40 minutes. The last 5 minutes, I'm going to sprinkle more cheese on the top because why not? All right, stay here. I'm coming right back with some more stuff. Just let me put this in. Oh, yeah. Now, y'all know that's going to be good. I love grits. Love them a lot. Let me set this aside, and then we're going to move on to some of the other stuff we're cooking. I'm going to cook some hamburgers and some smoked sausage, and I'm going to be making a salad, and I'm just glad y'all are with me today. So I'm going to turn you around, kind of. Okay, are you with me? You're with me. All right, y'all. Let me set stuff aside. Y'all tell me how you're doing today. What did y'all do this weekend? Y'all know I went over to see my granddaughter, and she was in the play Annie. Do y'all like that play? They did a great job. And we had a good time, and we ate out 2 times. I know. I didn't cook. We ate out. It was good, too. All right, let's move over here. And I got to turn my electric skillet on. Y'all see my electric skillet? Okay, I'm going to turn it on, and we're going to get ready to rock and roll and cook some burgers. I'm trying to decide which one to cook first. I love these smoked sausage right here. And I think I'm going to cook them first because they leave this yummy, what juice cooks out of them in the pan, and it makes my burgers taste better. So that's one of the tricks I do. Do y'all have tricks? I know y'all do. If y'all are watching me, y'all got good tricks. And I love all tips and tricks for making food taste better with little effort. That's what I like to do. All right, let me get this heated. The heat's coming on. While we're doing that, I'm going to... Let me see, move stuff to the side and get going. I'm going to use several spices today on the burgers. Because I've got a pack of 4 burgers, I want to use different spices. So one day it'll taste one way, and then a day or 2 later we'll have burgers again. It'll taste different. I'm going to use Bama Burger from y'all for one set of them, and I'm going to use Southern Secret from y'all. I'll put the link. You can use the code Danna, and you'll save money on your order. So anyway, this is getting ready. First, I'm going in with the smoked sausage. And y'all, I'm going to cook probably 4 of these. How do y'all do your smoked sausage? I always do a few little cuts so, you know, they won't explode on you. But I can eat these also like a hot dog. I mean, they are so good. And put those in there and get them cooking. And then I'm going to doctor up my, I swear, well, there's only 5. Let's just go ahead and cook all of them. Because I'm hoping if y'all go away or if you stay when I get those phone calls. Sorry, I got a phone call. I think I just saw y'all pop back in. How are y'all doing? Let's get these burgers in. I'm going to put these in side by side. All right, here we go with the burgers. Let me get me something to wipe my hands with. This has salt in it, so I'm not going to salt right now, but I'm going to put Bama Burger on one side and just press it in. Let me get a little salt. Let's do a little salt. Yeah, press it in, put it down. And then I'll be showing y'all in just a minute. Let's do another one. Little salt, a little Bama Burger. This makes it so good. David loves the Bama Burger. I do too. But like I said, I'm going to do a different flavor so that it can, you know, on the next day or a few days later, we'll have a different flavor and he won't know he's eating burgers from the same pack. But anyway, on the other side, we'll do lightly salt them, a little more Bama Burger, and let them go. Okay. That smells divine. Divine, people. Divine. All right. Tell me what y'all been up to. We've been working and working and working. And we got us a new, well, we're in the process of swapping bulls around. You know, when you have cows, you have to make sure the DNA stays good and you get your bulls in the right pastures that they need to be in. But today, David's dealing with moving some bulls around, or a bull. So that's what we're working on. So that's good. All right, come on, you get to going. These people want to see some food coming out. While I'm talking about this, I'm going to remind you of the containers that I put these in. These are dishwasher safe, and these are what I use. I found this from the meal prep. There comes another thing popping up, y'all. Sorry. I got these from the meal prep Mamacito. I watched her one day, and I was like, you know, I need some of those. So I got online and ordered them, and I'll put the link above. So that you, in the description, I'll put the link so you can get on there and look at them and see if you want any. They're dishwasher safe. They're microwave safe. They don't have any of that bad stuff in it that's going to make you sick. So they say they're real good and healthy for you. So I got them, and I'm trusting that, you know, they're really good. I can take them to the office. They stack up. You know, these stack together and these stack together because y'all know sometimes the lids just get out of hand in that plastic drawer. They do in mine. So these work very well. But anyway, here we go. Come on, you. It's getting hotter and hotter. I got to turn it up a little higher. Y'all, those grits smell so good. What do you like to add to your grits? I like anything in mine. I love cream and butter. If you get that heavy cream and put them in the grits, they are so good. Now these right here, the smoked sausage, they are most of the way cooked, the ones I have. So I'm just getting a little browning on them, and then I will put them into some meals. Oh yeah, see, these are looking good already. I love cooking ahead. Last week I had the best meals for David and myself while we were down in Montgomery. And it helps if you're not starving when you're trying to make these decisions and stuff. It really does help. So I appreciate y'all joining me for the ride. Let me get my flipper. Y'all, I've had this for 42 years. I know, but it's still in pretty good shape. It's a little faded. All right, we're turning our burger. These burgers are thin, and that's how we had them made. This is our beef from our own farm. But now, if you want to find some good beef, we don't sell ours to the public. Yeah, but there's a lot of good places in Alabama that they farm really good beef. So if you want to find it and see if you can order it or whatever, you can go to sweetgrownalabama.org, get on there, look and see who does beef or pork or whatever you're looking for, and go to their website and see about them. sweetgrownalabama.org, y'all. Okay, that's looking really good. Now, I'm going to tell you that I'm going to start making the salads, okay? So I'm going to move stuff around, get those salads going. This is how I do. Usually, it doesn't take very long. It's just cook time, but I do this so that we can have good food to eat and we don't have to run out and buy takeout. Now, I like takeout, but I don't want it every day. And plus, it makes me gain weight. I know. Makes me gain a little too much weight. And I love French fries like the next girl, but I try not to eat them as much. All right, y'all, I'm going to pull this up. Let me pull something out and get it. Got one of my platters coming on. Y'all like my brown drip? So I'm going to look at these. David is going to love these this week. There we go. That is smoked sausage. Okay. You get those other burgers in. Do y'all ever cook ahead on your stuff? Now see, I'm going to put these burgers over in that juice that came out of those sausages. And y'all, it's going to be real good. Excuse me. All right, now we're going to do Southern Secret from y'all. So I'm going to do a little here on this burger and a little bit of salt. And then flip it into my pan. Now, if I were staying home and didn't have to work out of town, you know, I just cook every day like I'm used to doing. But when we have to work out of town, I don't have that luxury. And the reason I like my electric skillet, now y'all, I will put a link for my electric skillet on here in case you want to look at them and see what they're about. But I've had this electric skillet for at least 25 years, the same as that electric Dutch oven. And I did that already. Let me get the salt. And I love it. But now I'll do some links on the electric Dutch oven. That's what it's called, an electric Dutch oven, and you can Google that. You may not find the same brand that I've got because it's 25 years old, but you might find it. There were several different name brands of this stuff. One of them was Salad Master. My sister-in-law has Salad Master, and I have Town Craft. My mother has Town Craft. We also have New Era. Some of ours are New Era. Those were all the name brands. But it doesn't matter. You get what you like. You may have one already tucked back in the back. Because y'all know that was a thing. Us going to all those parties. All right, I'm about to pull out 2 of them. And then we're moving on. Pretty quick. Oh, yum. I love cooking ahead. I love knowing that I don't have to scramble about what we're going to eat. Especially when we're working out of town. David likes it too. And sometimes he'll get something to go and he'll say, Dana, this is good, but yours cooking's better. And I'm like, oh, thank you. He knows the way to my heart, you know. He just does. All right, that's still cooking, and y'all can see we're going to have a good platter here of food that we're going to be eating this week. And I'm going to plop everything into these. But what I'm going to do right now is shift things around, and we're going to work on the salad. Last week, you know, we had some leftovers from Easter, so we had great salads. And I thought, I'm doing that again because salads just make you feel better. All right, I'm going to flip you over here, and we're going to be at my sink. Let me move this out of the way. Move this over here and move this over here. I know normally y'all are used to me just cooking and it being done, but today y'all are just with me as I'm doing meal prep. And I appreciate y'all being with me. Ooh, baby, turn around over here and look. Can y'all see? Okay, this is my sink. Do y'all like my sink? I have 2 sinks in my kitchen. I have the big double sink, that's the farm one, and I have this prep sink. And I love this. You know, I have the metal thing on the bottom. It's porcelain, so it doesn't get scratched. And then I have the cutting board on top, and I absolutely adore it. All right, here we go. Okie dokie. We gotta wash these. We gotta put our salad in here. Hang on. Now, I know everybody has different thoughts about the salad, but this one has been washed 3 times. So I'm trusting that it's good. And I'm gonna put a good bit of salad in each one. And this is the spring mix that my husband likes. I like it too, but I sent him to pick out the salad because, you know, we all have our just different tastes in salads. And a little salad goes a long way. Sometimes I put dried fruit in mine, and sometimes I go light and do the tomato and the peppers. And today, I'll have to pick up some tomatoes on the way to work, but I'm going to put the peppers in it. And then I have salad dressing at the office, so we'll do that. But I do have to wash my peppers, so hang on. Okay, here we go. Wash my peppers real good. I know it. And see, these, I know that y'all know this, but these have holes in them. And so when you put the water through them and let them wash, the water runs out the bottom. It has its own little natural colander. And these are those little mini sweet peppers. I adore these. Have y'all ever tasted of them? They are good. And they're real good on a salad, but I also like cooking with them. They have a little different taste than the bell peppers. I probably won't use all these. Let me pull that back out. This is a lot of peppers. I try to pick the different colors because, you know, they keep us healthy. Okay, I'm going to put those back up. We'll see if this is enough anyway. All right. Let me get my stuff out. Y'all know sometimes I use scissors. Let me see if I got any left. Yes, I do. Let me wash these off. I keep several things of shears in here, kitchen shears, because I think they're easier sometimes than getting out all the knives. Do y'all do that? Let's cut these up and make this into a beautiful salad that my husband will be able to make decisions and work hard on a good full tummy. Okay, I got to do something with this hamburger over here. So, I'll show it to you. Ooh, baby, let me flip. Flip, baby, flip. Y'all, this smells so good in here. I should have made another one so I could eat one today. But this is going to work with us. See that? All right. It's got to cook just a smidgen more. And I'm just going to turn that off so it can cook, because it has an oil core and it stays hot for a good while. All right, back to what I was doing. I had one I was cutting on. Oh, yeah, the red. So what do y'all like to put in your salads? I like peppers. I like Parmesan cheese. I like regular cheese. Sometimes I like strawberries. Sometimes I like dried fruit. But today I'm doing these really good peppers. I'm just cutting them up right on top. Sometimes I like banana peppers too. I just like all kind of salads. I like all kind of meats on it. I bought some turkey to put on these this week, because why not? Yep, okay, we're all getting a dose of yellow. Every salad. Even though this is the only yellow pepper I'm going to cut up today. We'll put a little on each one. I just think it's a beautiful spring so far. And y'all know the eclipse is coming today. What do y'all think about that? I'm in Alabama, and they say that I'm not going to get to see it because of cloud cover, but I'm going to try to see it. And I got to tell y'all something really cute. My daughter is a 5th grade teacher, and she's a 5th grade science teacher. I was a high school biology teacher, so science comes to, my family and I enjoy science. But anyway, today, her class will go out and watch what they can see of the eclipse. They've got the glasses and all that kind of stuff. And for a special snack, she bought them moon pies and Sunny D. So they're going to drink the sun and they're going to eat the moon in their snack. I thought that was so cool. I'm like, she's so smart. She must take after her mama or daddy or both. But anyway, that's what she's doing with her 5th grade class. All right, let me grab the Parmesan. Y'all look at my beautiful salads. See? As we go. All right, we're going to do this. And just a smidge of Parmesan on there. Y'all, Parmesan is a good salty bite. And it's, you know, it's cheese, but it doesn't add that many calories, but it still tastes good. All right, I got all this done. I think I'm going to add a little cheddar. Let me reach over and grab it, because why not? And then I'll add tomatoes. After I pick some up at the store, I'll add tomatoes and what else will I add? Dressing when we get to the office. Well, I'll get those little tomatoes that, you know, those little round tomatoes. Some people call them grape tomatoes. Some people call them tomatoes. What do y'all call them? All right, here we go. Let me find my lids, and we're going to put these on, and these babies are ready, and I will be taking these to work. And my husband, y'all have asked me before, so I'll tell you, my husband is a state representative for the state of Alabama for District 34, and I'm a retired teacher, so I go with him, and I'm his assistant down there because they don't have assistants. So anyway, I do help facilitate meetings or whatever he needs me to do, his calendar, be a host for people that come to visit while he's in meetings, and then he comes. I get him to them as quickly as possible. But anyway, my husband's a statesman, and I'm very proud of him. But anyway, I got to feed him, so here's the salads. Now, I'm flipping you over here and letting you look at this, and we're going to pull those grits out in just a minute. Letting you look at these burgers. Look at here, y'all. I wish you were here. We'd have us a big old hamburger. Okay, smells good in my kitchen. Smells really good. All right, the next thing we're gonna do is pull that out, and I'm gonna show you this grits that my Aunt Sue called tomato grits, okay? So let me set stuff aside. That's off, correct? Yeah. I'm gonna set this to the side and pull out those tomato grits. Oh, I can't get it out. Y'all know how, okay, there it is. It was stuck. Move that back there. Move this over here so I can pull out those tomato grits and put a little more cheese on it. So here it goes. Y'all watch. Y'all ready? Dun, dun, dun. Oh, my Lord in heaven. Y'all are going to love me when you make this. And look, if there's not many eating at your house, you can do one or two things. Half the recipe, or either freeze half of it. Just whichever one you choose to do. All right, this is what it looks like. And y'all, it smells so good. I mean, that is basically bubbling all around the edges. It smells, it's like it's kind of frying. It smells so good. The next thing we're gonna do is add some more cheese. So I'm gonna pull some cheese and put it on the top. Now, you don't have to do this if you don't want to, but the recipe calls for it, so let's do it the way Aunt Sue said to do it. We melt that cheese on top. And then we're going to try some of this. Thank you, Aunt Sue. She's a wonderful cook. She's been cooking for years. Okay, I'm going to stick that back in there for just a second. Baby, come on now. Help me out. All right, it's back in there. And I tell you what, I'm going to make me a little plate. So, hang on. Oh, y'all are just going to have to hang with me while I run around and get one of my brown drip plates. Well, hey, I found the green drip plate. Y'all know I get the whole plates, H-U-L-L. Y'all can Google them. They have all different colors, but here is the green drip. And I also have the brown, which is this, and I adore them. I adore them. Okay, that's going to be melted before you know it. So I'm going to go ahead and fix me a plate, and I'm going to get one of these, and I'm going to pull up a little bit of a salad. So I'll just kind of sneak some out of one for later. Make it look pretty. And then I'm about to, or as we say here in the South, I'm a-fixing to pull that out. And we're going to have some of that tomato grits. Oh, my Lord in heaven, it smells so good whenever it gets melted. Tomato grits. You go ahead and cut this. Yeah. And I love smoked sausage. This is smoked sausage that David and I had made at Weaver Meat Processing up in the north part of Alabama. They do really good. We like it. All right, y'all. Pulling it back out, y'all. Hang on. Oh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Look at this. Now, see if it didn't look good enough for you before. I think you're going to approve on this one. Aunt Sue, she knows what she's doing when she's in the kitchen. I'm lucky and blessed that I've got a lot of family that knows how to cook and that are good cooks. Now, this is hot as blue blazes. So what I'm going to do is get a little from my corner that's all good and bubbly. Oh, my goodness. It's so delicious looking. Y'all, my mouth is watering, watering, watering. Look at the consistency of those grits. They are so soft and creamy. And just think of all the butter. We've used butter and cream. And y'all, the recipe for this is in my cookbook, Happiness is Homemade. And you can find it on Amazon. Go get you one. I'm telling you, you just want these recipes because they're from my family and mine. And my family, they're good cooks. And we pass those recipes around, I'm telling you. All right, I'm going to get one of these and let it cool because that is so hot, y'all. I'll just stand here and talk to y'all for a minute. Aren't we blessed? We're going to get to see an eclipse today, maybe. And the family's doing well. Y'all say a prayer for my dad. He's under the weather. He's got to have a heart procedure soon. So y'all say a prayer for my dad, if you don't mind, for Gerald. He's, like I said, under the weather. So anyway, next week he'll be having a procedure. If y'all would just pray for him, I'd appreciate it. Pray for David's mother, too. She's under the weather herself. So y'all just help us out on that, okay? All right, let me see if I can eat this now. Here comes these tomato grits from my great Aunt Sue. Hallelujah. Tomato grits. I'm telling y'all, go make this. It's a very economical meal. You can make this and feed a lot of people. And it is so creamy and good. If you're from the South like me and somebody says, hey, I need to taste some grits, this is the recipe you need to make for them, y'all. It is cheesy goodness. Look at that. I'm going to put it with one of these smoked sausages. I'm a happy girl. I am a happy girl. Y'all, this right here, it will cure what ails you. I promise. Y'all go make you some. Make you some. The good Lord loves us, and he loves us a lot, and I love you too. Look, he loves us enough to give us an Aunt Sue who has great recipes so we can share it with you. Love and blessings to you. Go make you some tomato grits. Bye now. Ooh. I'm just going to tell y'all, this is too good to quit eating. All right, I'll see you. Love and blessings to you. Bye now.